People told me repeatedly to stop obsessing over space. One girl even told me that life isn't space. Well, I had to turn to her and say, well, yes it is. Everything is space. We tend to separate the concept of Earth and space, but Earth is space. We're all space. And with this concept in mind, the best way to study Earth is to study space. I love the Apollo program. It broke boundaries that no one knew could be broken. I mean, human feet were on lunar surface. I really want to go to space so we can put human feet on Martian surface. If we can break that lunar boundary, we can break that Martian boundary. My name is Kaitlyn and I'm not just a junior in high school, I'm an advocate for space and STEM. I go under the name AstroBot Kaitlyn. AstroBot encompasses my two passions, space and robotics. I love space and engineering. I speak at elementary schools and national conferences. I even spoke at the Capitol Hill building in Washington, D.C. I love sharing my voice about space and STEM. Girl Scouts even invited me to the launch of the Parker Solar Probe in South Florida. I got to see it on the beautiful Delta IV Heavy. I was with the VVIPs, so I got to meet Dr. Eugene Parker, who founded heliophysics, and the probe was named after him. I work with the nonprofit The Mars Generation as one of their student space ambassadors. And my job as a student space ambassador is to excite kids and adults about STEAM and space. I was even listed as one of the Mars Generation's top 24 under 24 leaders and innovators in STEAM and space. I love building and programming robots, doing competitive calculus, and leading others in robotics and engineering. I lead girls of all ages, mentoring them in robotics, programming, and all types of engineering. I've been lucky to grow up in Florida, and if you need proof, it just rained and the mosquitoes are coming out. What was great about being here is that on a weekend I can drive down to the Kennedy Space Center and explore. When I was 7 years old, I went down to the Kennedy Space Center and I did a day camp. And ever since that day camp, I've just been really obsessed about space. And going to space has always been #1 on my bucket list. When I was there was a Star Trek show, and I dragged my parents to it because I had to be the one that they pulled up and said she's going to Mars one day. Also in the summer of 2017, I got a full scholarship to Space Camp in Huntsville, Alabama, which was the best experience ever. I really got to explore my interest, and I got one of these awesome blue suits. I'm also part of the First Robotics program, where I do First Tech Challenge, where we build 18 by 18 by 18 aluminum robots. And I'm also on First Robotics Competition, where we build huge 120-pound robots and I program them. Well, this year for First, the whole season is space themed, so I'm so excited to rock this thing all year round. Going to space and sharing those experiences will really help spread the word. People like Elon Musk and Neil deGrasse Tyson are doing it every day. If kids have exposure to space and STEM and engineering at a young age, they can really grow and develop those interests. We can have a whole generation of rocket scientists and astronauts. I really want to go to space to experience my dream that I've had for almost a decade. And I really want to give that exposure and representation to little kids. If I go to space, where questions can be asked, where questions can be answered, or where boundaries can be broken. So I'm really excited to try out for this and possibly go to space. So let's go back to space. Let's keep shooting for the stars and maybe Mars. Thank you for considering me. This is AstroBot Kaitlyn, blasting off.